morning, ladies and gentlemen. Premier Zille, Minister and Mrs. Grant, and all invited guests. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to the celebration of the excellent results of the National Senior Certificate Examinations in 2013. Just over 4 years ago, in November 2009, Minister Grant published the Western Cape Provincial Government's vision of excellence in respect of the National Senior Certificate. And this vision was to increase the number of learners passing the National Senior Certificate, not the pass rate, to increase the number of learners passing with quality passes, that is, passes that allow study at bachelor level and where learners pass the majority of their subjects with over 50%, and also increases in passes in mathematics and physical science. It is these 4 indicators that inform all the awards which will be made today. In respect of schools, we celebrate 3 categories of schools. First, we name the top 20 public and independent schools in the Western Cape. These schools achieve this top 20 status because they have maintained or increased the numbers of learners writing and passing the National Senior Certificate from 2011 to 2013, and because of the very high percentage of their grade 12 learners who achieve a bachelor's pass and who pass mathematics. In the second category of schools, we celebrate 10 schools that have increased the number of learners passing from 2011 to 2013, and 10 schools that have increased the number passing with the pass that allows bachelor degree study. These 20 schools represent the many schools in the Western Cape that have heeded our call to improve the retention rate or throughput rate and improve the number passing with quality passes. The retention rate and quality, as you've seen in the press over the last 2 weeks, are what South Africans are justifiably concerned about. And it is remarkably difficult for schools to improve on these 2 indicators. To increase the number passing and with bachelors require dedicated support to learners who in the past would not have been given the opportunity to write the National Senior Certificate. They require support to learners who have not always had the foundations for learning required for success in grade 12. They require support and extra dedication to learners who live in difficult circumstances, and more often than not, to learners who are first-generation matrics in their families. To these 20 schools, we acknowledge the extraordinary commitment to teaching that these results yield. Thank you for giving more young people in our province the opportunity to succeed. The third category of schools we celebrate are those who have achieved excellent results in the key subjects of language, mathematics, physical science, and accounting. And in each of these subjects, 2 schools receive awards. The school with the highest number of passes in the subject and the school with the greatest increase in the number of passes in the subject. So ladies and gentlemen, from these awards and these categories of excellence, you will see that we reflect what Minister Grant set out in 2009 as what we would aim for: more learners achieving and quality passes. This was a brave move in 2009 when almost all commentators in the media focused only on the matric pass rate. It required courage and patience, and we certainly had to work hard to convince our schools and commentators that retention and quality were the new indicators in town. But I'm proud to say that our principals in particular moved very quickly to this understanding. And by 2012, every principal I spoke to was talking about the numbers and the quality. So today we can boast, from 2009 to 2013, 6,500 more passes and 4,000 more bachelor's passes. We're pleased to see that in 2013, commentators in the media have finally caught up with our understanding of the important indicators in the National Senior Certificate. In respect of learners, we celebrate 43 learners today who achieved extraordinary results. You represent less than 1% of the 47,000 young people who sat down to write the National Senior Certificate in the Western Cape in November 2013. You are an inspiration to all the other 46,000, and you are a great inspiration to all those who follow, an increased number for enrolling in 2014. I want to welcome you here today and say how proud we are of you. I also want to welcome the parents who provided such support over 12 years with these outstanding young people. And that parental support has meant cajoling, encouraging, sometimes being strict, sometimes being lenient. There are many who have assisted our learners in schools to achieve these impressive results, and I'm pleased to welcome them here today. Minister Grant has tirelessly visited, cajoled and encouraged schools, sometimes jumping over fences, to make sure that the numbers were in passing. The Premier keeps an eagle eye on us and encourages us every step of the way, also buying into the fact that more numbers passing is a more noble route to follow. Members of our standing committee, Ms. Labaskatni, Ms. Hartnick and Ms. Tingri, you've asked us tough questions throughout 2013, but they were all aimed at ensuring that our learners get a quality education. The Education Council under Brian Vagaji has given the Minister and I excellent advice over the past 2 years. Professor Vagaji could not be here today, but he's represented by Ms. Lucina Bacha. Lucina, I can't think of a more appropriate person. She's a former Education Department official, she's the grande dame of higher education and a leading light in higher education. She, with my 2 colleagues in the provincial government, DG Advocate Brent Gerber and the Head of Treasury, Dr. J.C. Stechman, have been extremely supportive of education, and especially the measures of excellence introduced by Minister Grant. They are also exemplary bureaucrats. If South Africa wants to look for outstanding officials, these 3, intelligent and men and women of great integrity. The WCD has also had tremendous support from our school governing body representatives, and 3 of our governing bodies are here today, and teacher unions. We've had our robust and difficult debates about quality over the last 3 years, but these debates have been invaluable in informing us about how to improve education in the Western Cape. I'm delighted to see you here and to welcome you to this event. Our sponsors, Sangari and Mastic, also provide incentives to achieve our goals. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, all the officials at head office and the district offices have worked hard to improve our results. And it is their hard work we celebrate here today, and I want to welcome all of them. The exams directors and district directors take direct responsibility for the credibility of these exams, and we pay particular homage to them today.